ESIP, the Ecosystem Indicator Partnership of the Gulf of Maine Council, we use indicators as metrics to look at the health of the Gulf of Maine. So similar to when you go to the doctor and they take your temperature and it gives a rough estimate of what's going on, ESIP looks at indicators in the Gulf of Maine to try to answer that question of how is the Gulf of Maine doing. Our goal is to provide information on status and change in the Gulf of Maine with respect to aquaculture, aquatic habitats, coastal development, climate change, contaminants, eutrophication, and fisheries. So the primary product we're going for in a lot of respects are our fact sheets. They're 4 pages and they give a good overview and analysis of what's going on. We provide visuals in the terms of maps, usually showing what is going on in each of the embayments and areas. And then at the end we suggest questions that can be answered with the indicator reporting tool, which is a web tool based on the Google platform, and you can graph up as many as 10 graphs at one time looking at that information we used in the fact sheets. And you can either try to answer it yourself with the indicator reporting tool, but if you get confused, there's a part on the web page that actually shows you the steps to answer those specific questions. So it's a way to get your feet wet with the indicator reporting tool and not just try to figure it out from scratch on your own. Other ways we're delivering information are the monitoring map and our monthly journals. The monitoring map itself doesn't have data, like it doesn't tell you what the water clarity was in September 2010, but it does tell you who's actually looking at that question. The monitoring map has as many organizations as we can find looking at things in the Gulf of Maine, and it makes it available. Right now we have 13,000 sites in the monitoring map. So if a user is coming in, starting research in the area, they have a new sampling site they're looking at, it can tell the user who else is looking at things there, maybe to collaborate with, or maybe just to use their record if it's a longer term record. The people in provincial and state government, they use it to see where the data gaps are. So maybe they're looking for nutrient data in Nova Scotia, they might go to the monitoring map to see if anybody's looking at it so they can build off that program or start a new program. The monthly journals are a different way of looking at what's going on in the Gulf of Maine. We have authors from various organizations that volunteer to do one journal, and the topics are wide-ranging. They can go from looking at fish forensics to see if you're eating what you think you're eating, to looking at mustard in Canada and whether or not that's an invasive species. It comes out once a month and people visit it by the hundreds every month, so it's a good way to get your information out. Everybody has different opinions on what the best part of ESIP is. Some people really just like the monthly journals and seeing what's going on in a pretty rapid fashion. I think the collaboration and the energy that everybody puts into ESIP, it's really amazing. People are volunteering their time. They feel really strongly about using indicators to look at our Gulf and watershed and the Bay of Fundy. So for me personally, I think the collaboration is the best and most exciting part of ESIP. It's rare that you find a group that's been together since 2006, still working with as much energy now as we did when we began. So I think that's pretty awesome.